Matt Chinn was a driven, high achiever in high school. He had it all, lots of friends, and a reachable goal of becoming a state champion wrestler. Matt began drinking with friends in high school, except during wrestling season when he remained focused to win. He took second place in state his junior year and was positioned to take it all his senior year. But when he lost his first match in the state tournament, all dreams of being a state champion were shattered. Thanks to the right words from his mom, he ended up wrestling all the way back to third place, and these efforts propelled his entire team to a first-place finish. But having his personal dream of being a champion crushed was devastating.
You know, the big thing where I really noticed a big change kind of in my drinking, just, you know, from where it began to where it ended up, and that whole journey in between was probably just due to not knowing how to handle loss.
His use of alcohol increased significantly in college and continued into his adult life. He would often binge drink until he blacked out, and even when it seemed like things were getting better, he reverted back to this self-destructive behavior.
You know, so I got the job. I was super excited. It was all gung-ho, getting everything in line with my assistant coaches and just, you know, getting the process started. And 3 months in, I got my third DWI. You know, and that was basically the story of it. Not just the third DWI, but, you know, where I was on my path before I got my first DWI. You know, and again, it's like everywhere I had progress and then you saw the downfall, it was always due to me and my actions.
Matt hit an all-time low on Father's Day of 2019 when he was arrested for his fourth DWI.
While I was in jail, I was sitting there and I folded my hands and I asked God for help. And, you know, I said, I don't know what this help looks like. I just need your help. Like, I don't know what else to do, or I'm not going to make it much further or much longer. So anyway, said my piece, kind of sat my back up against the wall, and about that time I saw the bunk above me had something scratched into it, so I kind of just leaned forward and looked. And it says, everything happens for a reason, God is with you. And I was just like, wow. So in that moment, like, I can't really describe it with words, but it felt like I had a spiritual comb just kind of circle all the way through my body and just get all of that hate, all of that despair, all of the things that were weighing me down internally and externally, just evaporate, you know, and it was like I had a weight lifted off of my back.
Matt went into inpatient treatment for his drinking addiction. It was there that instead of watching TV or smoking, he began walking and then running around the property perimeter. He soon discovered that exercise was the key to making the negative noise in his head go away, and he hasn't stopped running since. After treatment, Matt entered the Cole County Treatment Court.
Our circuit, we're a post-plea, felony-only docket, and our model, we work it as, if you will, like a cohort. So there's lots of folks in the program at the same time. They learn from each other. They support each other. And he was a leader from day one.
Matt found his purpose when he decided to run to raise money for a friend who was struggling. That friend later took his own life, but the Capital City race continues in his memory, as well as for all those with mental health and substance use challenges.
He lets them know that they're not alone, you know, and through his conversations, and he just the way he shows up, and even the Capital City event is just the whole community's there, and we're all still looking up to him, and you can overcome this. You're not alone, and that's kind of the message I think he carries daily.
Matt is now a personal trainer and owns Downtown Fitness in Jefferson City, and takes every opportunity to share his personal story of recovery to encourage and lift others up.
He comes back and attends to support other graduates, and I call him in as the closer. I literally, even without prompting, sometimes I say, all right, well, we've graduated everybody we were here for. Let's close this out. Matt, come on up. And he takes the mic and tells his story and tells why it's important and why the lessons you learn in treatment court apply for the rest of your life. So it's been fantastic to see.
When I get somebody that calls me and talks to me that there's loved ones struggling with substance abuse, one of the first things that I tell them about is you need to call Matt Chinn, because it's always good to talk to somebody that's been in their shoes, family members, the person themselves. And Matt's just been an incredible resource to compassionately lay out what their journey might look like if they choose to try to get better.
The biggest thing that held up my sobriety was asking for help. And I feel like as a man, my age, the age I was brought up in, the way our parents, disciplined us and the way our dad kind of handled the serious stuff, I was going through a lot of my life thinking that lone wolf, don't ask for help, you don't need any of it, it's not going to help, it means you're weak. That was the hardest thing I had to do in this process, and it's also the best thing I've ever done in this process, is asking for help.
Matt is touching lives, creating awareness, and battling stigma with the message of making each day better than the last.
And then Matt made the adjustments in his life. It's a lifestyle change, and he was willing to do it. And he gave up different habits and choices to want more in life. And that's what's neat, and that's what we're celebrating today.
Every day, try and be a little bit better than the day before. I tell people all the time, I got a sign in my gym that says better than yesterday, And so my goal that I tell myself, tell my clients, if you can get 1% better every day, you're getting 365% better every year. Just carry it on.
He just keeps hammering.
So thank you, and thank you for teaching us all to keep hammering on.
Matt, you're amazing, brother. Keep being the light and keep hammering more than anything.
Matt Chinn, you are a mental health champion.